Hey, what's up guys? Thank you for stopping by. The Guns Over Coffee channel provides casual conversations centered around firearms and accessories aimed more so at newer intermediate level enthusiasts. Please stick around. If you like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the content in the comment section below. I created this video for those of you who are considering buying the Taurus G2C, G3, or G3C that's coming out, and for the people who currently own a Taurus but you're considering spending your hard-earned money on something quote-unquote better. I'm sure you've noticed the internet has a real love-hate relationship with Taurus. I won't get into the many possible reasons, but I'll share my experience as an owner of the Taurus G2C. So if you're in the process of shopping for a handgun and the Taurus is on your radar, but you can't decide whether or not to buy the Taurus now or save your money and buy something a little better later, I hope this video will help you solidify your decision. Since I'm not a fanboy of any manufacturer, I feel I can provide the most unbiased opinion on this subject matter. I will be comparing my Taurus G2C, which can be found for around $219, to my CZ P10C that is priced 2.5 times that of the Taurus and is currently selling for about $550. But not to provide an apples to apples comparison of the two firearms, but rather a price to value assessment of the two. As a newer enthusiast, I have to be honest, all of the current striker fire pistols are the same to me. Like most things that are engineered, over time designs between competing manufacturers are somewhat consolidated around the simplest, most effective and reliable concept. When it comes to striker fired handguns, improvements on this concept over the last 30 years have been marginal at best. There's only so much engineering you can do when it comes to completing the simple task of sending a pin to strike a primer on an ammunition round. So what exactly should you expect when you pay 2.5 times or more for a pistol? Let's dive in. I will start the conversation by saying my Taurus G2C has been a great gun, it just works. After over 1,000 rounds and not a single issue, I have to conclude this firearm is worthy of being my everyday carry weapon. This is a well-built, very reliable firearm. I have run many types of ammunition through this gun, both brass and steel, with no problems. The compact size of this pistol makes it ideal for concealed carry. With all that said, it does have a couple things that could be improved in my opinion. The long trigger pull doesn't exactly mesh with my large hands. It kind of puts my finger in an awkward position. The trigger does have a little bit of mush that makes it a little difficult at times to find the break. Depending on your skill level, this can affect the accuracy of your shot. Conversely, the trigger pull on the CZ P10C has a well-defined wall before it breaks, which makes shooting accurately a lot easier for novice and intermediate shooters. So leveling up to a higher class of firearms might get you a slightly better trigger. They say the trigger on the new Taurus G3C is much improved over the G2C. But at the end of the day, in a point and shoot defensive situation that is more than likely to occur within 7 yards, I feel the trigger on the G2C is more than sufficient. Let's talk safety. I have to admit, initially the thought of not having a manual safety on a firearm was terrifying. It just seemed like an accident waiting to happen. Having a manual safety was one of the deciding factors that attracted me to the Taurus. But now that I know better, a manual safety's usefulness is rather limited. Following the common safety guidelines by keeping your loaded firearm holstered, transported, and stored as a single unit, the trigger is protected at all times. The internal mechanisms on modern guns make accidental discharge almost impossible. So it is my opinion that a manual safety only creates more complication. You might find that most firearms in a higher class are less likely to come with manual safeties for this very reason. Let's talk feel. I've heard the Taurus feels cheaper in the hand or inferior to that of the firearms in a higher class such as the Glocks, SIGs, or CZs. I must say I don't feel that big of a difference when I hold the two. The slide on the CZ is slightly smoother and a tad bit quieter with less barrel jangle than the Taurus, but there is very little difference in the quality and feel of the coating on the slide or the polymer lower. Let's talk shooting. It would be unfair to compare the shooting feel of these two firearms since the G2C is a full inch shorter than the CZ. Perhaps the Taurus G3 would be a better comparison. The CZ being longer with a lower bore axis, really makes recoil feel flatter, enabling you to get back on target faster. The G2C, like most smaller compact and subcompact pistols, has quite a bit of muzzle flip when fired. People with larger hands might find that adding a grip extender allows you to get a better purchase on the gun, which helps with recoil control. Gun shops all over struggle to keep the Taurus line of striker-fired pistols in stock. Taurus basically owns the market when it comes to pistols in the $200 to $250 price point. While I can't attest to the efficacy of the quality control or customer service when it comes to Taurus, I can, however, make a general opinion on my particular firearm. It is my opinion that if you can get 500 rounds through a pistol with no issues, then it's more than likely mechanically sound and not a lemon. The Taurus G2C is a fantastic bang for your buck, and I will continue to carry mine every day and trust it with my life. The CZP-10C might be in a higher class of firearms, but whether or not it's actually worth 2.5 times that of the Taurus is completely subjective. Either way, if you're happy with your Taurus but find yourself dreaming about your next purchase, I sincerely hope this video provides you with a little more insight before you go out and spend your hard-earned money. If you're like me and can't get enough firearms and accessories ear food, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. In my next video, I'm going to share my experience on what not to do when buying your very first AR-15. Again, thank you for stopping by. Guns over coffee. Have a great day.